Was it knockoff?
I'm like 90% sure.
I was thinking you
parties.
were nonstop wearing Ed Hardy pocketbook
Pocketbook parties? Do those still happen?
What the hell was that about? We were sitting in that playroom while those pocketbooks were being snatched from the tables.
We would actually sit amongst 50 plus 45-year-old women who were in a home to buy bootleg bags.
Yep.
Get a plate, sit and watch these women shop, stuffed to the brim with an onion dip.
Yep.
Nothing like it.
Nothing like it.
Hello, you guys. This is
Good Children.
You were working on that one. I know you were.
I was, because I tend to go low.
Yeah.
I'm always going low.
And you went up just now. Good for you.
I changed the notes. So.
Yeah. If you're new here, this is Good Children, the podcast where me and Andrew talk about our joint childhood in the late 2000s, early 2010s, and all of the nostalgia, trauma, and bootcut jeans that come with it. Speaking of trauma, what is your most iconic first day of school outfit?
I wouldn't say it's iconic, but I would definitely say was on brand for me was the baby blue Vineyard Vines button down with the salmon short.
This is really on brand at this point.
And the Sperry. You couldn't even put a level on the stress that I was feeling. I don't know what that was about.
Isn't that sick? It
so
was the Met Gala.
It was the Met Gala. You're walking through those doors and you're like...
And no one's looking at you.
Smirking. Nobody's looking at you. But in your head, everybody is looking at you. Besides that, every other year I came in with a fresh pair of Jordans.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You know you love feet. I feel like for me, because... Fun fact for the audience, me and Andrew did not go to the same high school. I went to a Catholic school, so that was me for dress down days.
Yeah.
I was like, I need to buy a complete outfit for the 4 times a year where I could actually show what I was wearing.
Oh my gosh.
For me, my most iconic first day of school outfit had to be like, I'll never forget this. This was my first time experiencing internet hate at 11 years old. And the place for it was, of course, webkinsinsider.forum.com, which was a forum for Webkins fans that I was using in middle school. On that website, I posted a poll that was like, pick my first day of school outfit for me. I've always been like in my head, like truly a
celeb,
but like an HRH. Like it's always been like I have been like a fashion celebrity as a child.
Okay.
So like one outfit was like a very muted brown look, and the other was all moose. All Abercrombie moose, shorts, top, everything. And so many, I would say adults on webkinsinsider.com were like, absolutely do not wear that. And that's when like the hate started flowing in, because I started defending the moose look. And I did wear the moose look.
You always rocked the moose look.
I love a brand. I love a logo.
You loved Ed Hardy.
Oh my God, Ed Hardy. I was wearing Ed Hardy constantly.
But it really was a who wore it better.
Right. And speaking of beefs, we had some beefs. We had a few beefs.
I don't know where you're going with this beefs.
Oh, we had a few grade A beef fights, I would say, throughout our time together in school.
Oh, absolutely. Where should we start?
Are there any times where I've offended you? Because I can list about 5 that you were the catalyst.
No, you never offended me, because I never felt offended by you, but I do think that I never meant to offend you, but you always felt offended.
Let's ask the audience. 4th grade, we have the same teacher. There's a new kid in school. It's Andrew's birthday. He brings in cupcakes. You would get to designate a person to carry your cupcakes around with you.
So you go around the classes and you're handing out the cupcakes.
Obviously, I'm expecting to be Andrew's cupcake handler. But who does Andrew pick?
Because I felt as if, though, he needed a friend. And I was like, you know what? Like, I'm going to pick him because he clearly is a little bit troubled. And I want to be that person for him. So I'm like, you know what? Joe's really not going to care that much.
Politics.
Because we have been best friends forever. It is politics.
It's gross.
It really is politics. And it is my people pleaser.
And
but at the end of the day, you did really care. And I felt sick.
Yeah,
he didn't talk to me in the playground.
Yes, and we had another boy had to actually get me and Andrew back together. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah, he always was bringing us back together.
He said, I want you guys to shake, because we were not talking. We were like not talking in the playground, like probably both honestly crying.
Yeah.
And Lewis was like, you guys have to shake and make up. Which was actually very noble of that 4th grade boy.
Really, really noble.
And we shook and we moved on.
Yeah.
Until 5th grade, when it happened again. And this time is worse. In my opinion. It's class election season, Andrew was obviously in the running for president. I also obviously was in the primaries for president. Do you know this story?
No.
I wrote a rap, and I remember rehearsing it beforehand with my mom, like going to school, like, and like there was a moment. I know it's so sad. There was a moment where it was like clap it up, and I remember going into student council after school. This girl saw the paper ahead of time, like saw my speech and saw my rap, and was like, clap it up, like, are you singing? And I obviously was like, no. And then I went up there and read my rap like it was a speech and skipped the clap it up parts.
No, you're kidding me.
And it was so awkward and bad, and I just like went,
Joe, what is that about? You really should have rapped it.
I know, honestly, I think that's what stopped my music career.
Oh my God,
you know what I mean?
That moment?
I think that was the moment where I was like, no, I can't sing.
I don't even want to talk about the story that follows after this because it's going to make me sick.
What happens next?
What happens next?
I was getting beat down.
You were getting beat down in elementary school. What was that about?
Because what happens next is Andrew obviously wins the primaries, and the president obviously has to pick a campaign manager. Andrew chooses some 4th grade girl who I honestly, once again, think neither of us knew.
Yeah, no.
It once again was politics.
It was politics. It was strategy.
Yes.
I was like, you know what? I need a woman on the ballot. I want to reach a different audience. I want the 4th graders to be represented here. And I think that she deserves it. And Joe's not going to care.
And I care.
And at this moment, Joe, I do want to openly apologize and say I am very, very sorry. That was a huge miss on my part. Like, you would have been the best campaign manager.
Because, I mean, you still won president, but I did run a fucking good campaign because the other opponent picked me as their campaign manager.
Yes.
We had a website, which was huge in 2007.
Yep.
We had Vote for Pedro shirts with Vote for Minhal.
And I cried. I'll never forget. I cried.
When the shirts happened?
Yeah. I cried.
Wow.
I never forget. He was like, I got shirts. And I was like, that's it. I'm going to lose. I'm a loser. And then I cried. And I still won because I came out on that stage and I made a speech and I was ready. It was my politician era, Ben Platt.
I was going to say not to bring up the BPAs.
Oh, no, please. We could bring up the BPAs.
Let's bring up the BPAs because this was my politician era. And I would say like we kind of put a halt to it, the politician era.
Right.
But it's carried throughout every single year up until through college.
Right.
I thought I was going to be a politician.
Final beef that I could think of in this moment.
7th grade.
Yeah.
What was that about? I don't remember. I honestly don't remember what happened in 7th grade. All I remember is I came into Mrs. 7th grade math class and Joe wasn't speaking to me, and I kind of was like, why isn't Joe speaking to me? What did I do wrong? It was kind of like the victim thing. I was like, it's my fault. Obviously, he's not even looking my way. We sat next to each other, and I was like, wait, this really stinks. Like, Joe, hey Joe, what's up? And what was it, Joe? What was it, Joe?
We went to Panera and my mom bought you a chocolate chip cookie and you didn't say thank you. And I said, he's honestly ungrateful and he doesn't deserve to be my friend.
I actually think, like,
so it was
from all of these stories, like, I'm ungrateful. But at the end of the day, there's been people who have come and go.
Yeah.
But who are we doing this podcast with?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Oh, that took a turn.
So the rest of the episode will be tense, but we'll still have a good time talking about school.
In elementary school, there was a gifted and talented program called Horizons, and you needed to test to get into it with your IQ. Out of the both of us, who tested into the gifted and talented program? Please raise your hand.
It's me.
Joe, talk a little bit about Horizons because...
Horizons was great. I mean, I don't know what it was like. I don't know if, like, gifted and talented was, like... standardized throughout America, or if it was like whatever you wanted to do was different, but like we were just fucking doing shit, you know. Like I was eating pomegranates, like that's what I remember the most, is like eating a lot of hummus. We were like learning a lot about learned a lot about the Middle East, and there was a lot of like food, like a lot of cultural food happening for some reason. It was honestly so much fun, like, and I would get pulled out of like math to do it.
I'm gonna say it, I have never been more jealous.
I'm sure
I was so jealous. Yeah. I was like, I want to be gifted and talented.
It's so fucked up.
I was like, I'm gifted and talented and I can't believe I'm not in it. Can you just... Gym.
I will say, like, truly, I mean, it wasn't as bad as elementary school. The only class I ever cut in my entire life, like, religiously, was gym. I did not go to gym in high school.
How do you feel about the relay races? Those were honestly fucked up.
Yes. Relay races were public humiliation.
Yes. You know what I still have nightmares about? The pacer test.
Yes.
I mean, what the hell was that about?
No, that was public humiliation.
I hear those beeps in my fucking sleep.
On your mark, get ready, start.
The pacer test was our generation's Hunger Games.
And then you're done with the runs, and they're saying, drop and give me 20.
Oh, I didn't experience that.
You weren't doing push-ups?
I wouldn't even be able to possibly try.
The only one that I actually surpassed was the stretch. Was the finger to toe stretch. Because my fingers did go over these toes. Yeah. And they were like, you are actually exceeding everybody in your category, but everything else, like, we should call
when
you
they
parents.
weigh you, getting weighed in gym was actually...
It was worse than stepping on the Wii scale.
Oh my god!
The Wii
and
scale?
Nothing is worse than that.
Nothing.
The Wii scale gave me an eating disorder, 100%. 100%.
Steps on scale? Oof. We were just doing it for fun at some points. We were just in your basement. We were stepping on that scale.
I was trying to play Wii bowling.
We were like, let's play Wii bowling. Let's step on the scale.
Fuck.
And then it would actually draw an outline of what they thought you looked like.
Where is the class action?
Where's the class action?
That had to fuck up a generation of children.
Oh,
of
100%.
Of everyone.
100%.
I'll never forget knowing, I wasn't there, but I know for a fact that you completely stripped naked to get on a Wii Fit scale at someone else's house because you wanted the weight to be accurate.
I told them, I said, turn around. I said, please turn around. I need to get naked just because I know that these sweatpants weigh at least 2 pounds.
Another absolutely horrific experience of my life in school was the multiplication quizzes in 2nd grade. 3rd grade?
4th.
No.
For sure.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely.
Absolutely not. It was 2nd or 3rd grade. It was 3rd grade. It was 3rd grade.
4th grade?
3rd grade.
I'll never forget taking the 4th
and 3rd grade. Maybe you didn't have it in 3rd grade, but I had it in 3rd grade.
Class.
Maybe I also had it in 3rd grade.
You probably did because you were gifted and talented. I'll never forget 2nd grade. Well, has nothing to do with times tables. Never mind.
What was it?
Do you remember what the bonus word was on the quiz, on the spelling quiz?
In 2nd grade?
Metamorphosis.
Remember in 2nd grade when my teacher called my mom and said Joe is going to need some extra love today because a girl said something really terrible to him, and I don't know what it was.
You don't remember what it was?
No, no one knows.
One day it's actually going to hit you.
I'm going to do ayahuasca. I'll do ayahuasca, and I will... My third eye's going to open, and it's going to be that moment. You're a faggot. And I was like, oh.
And listen, when people were calling you that, I was immediately saying, yeah, I'm a bunch of sticks. I'm a bunch of sticks. Calling me a faggot? Yeah. I'm a cigarette. I'm smoking. I'm smoking. And they were like, what the hell? That would actually put them to silence.
Oh, yeah.
I would silence them.
Yeah.
Because I'd be like, that doesn't hurt me. Cigarettes. I'm British. Yeah, it was sad. But back to the times tables quiz. That's why our 4th grade teacher hated me. She hated my guts.
Yeah, she did.
I did the 9 times tables quiz. And I would say record time. I think I broke the record for the whole school. I can only imagine it was 20 seconds. And I threw my pencil down because I was one of those. And then obviously I throw my pencil down and I'm like, I smirk. And that was just the energy that I was giving off. I know. You live and you learn. And
you learned like 10 years later.
Yeah, I mean, like I learned probably last year. so like I am a completely different person, and I do want anybody who is listening from school to recognize like I have learned a lot.
Something you learned in 4th grade, not to eat whiteout.
Actually, Joe, you have been gaslighting me for a while because Joe actually did you not tell me to eat the whiteout?
No, I can tell you what happened. You got whiteout on your hand, and for some reason chose to lick it off in 4th grade. And then I read the back. It's Andrew, this is toxic. You're going to die. And that's when the tears started.
That's what it was.
That's when the hysterics started.
I did start bawling. And I was like, wait, I'm going to die? I'm 8.
Sobbing. You were always sobbing.
Well, I was actually always sobbing.
You were bawling.
Bawling. I'll never forget. 6th grade, I got held after class because I got a 20 on my fossils quiz.
Yep.
Blubbering like a baby. I got held after 6th grade. She said, you got to stop crying. You're in middle school. Stop being such a baby.
Why was middle school treated like the Marines? You're gonna be You're gonna be 13 next year. Grow up.
I'm still a child.
All right, I'm a baby.
It's okay.
I'm playing with Littlest Pet Shops when I go home.
Littlest Pet Shops, and it's fine if I was to write all of the answers to the math quiz on my hand.
You're a fucking cheater. I don't like a cheater.
I know. This little stupid loser raises his hand. I raise my hand during the quiz. The teacher comes up to me and says, what's on your hand? I said, nothing. She took my hand. She read my hand and she ripped that quiz off my desk and gave me she actually gave me the fattest 0 I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's
I was really always a cheater.
I got by on hard work.
You did get by on hard work. Listen, Joe was never really putting in hard work, but Joe was gifted and talented. I was studying 7 days in advance, sweating.
How
sick
much
to my
did you
stomach.
study for the SATs?
I had 2 SAT tutors. I took the SAT 3 times, and I took the ACT 3 times. I would go from school to practice, to a sports practice, then probably to my French horn teacher. And then probably to the SAT tutor. But yeah, that's how much do you study for the SAT, Joe?
I got the book. I did one practice test the night before.
Yeah.
I'm on the way to the SATs, and my mom says, "Are you ready for your ACTs?" And I said, "What are you talking about?"
And again, Joe passed with flying colors. He probably got one of the highest grades. And I took the SAT 3 times and I got the same score every single time.
That's psychosomatic. That's something in your head.
Yeah, and when I took the ACT, I drove 2.5 hours.
What?
To New Jersey.
Is that legal? Is that legal?
You could take it anywhere, but the ACT was only it wasn't offered in New York during the winter or during February.
There's something
and
so
I scheduled it out so I could take it 3 times.
There is something
and I drove to New Jersey. And during the math section, there was about 60 questions. And she said, 10 minutes left. And I was on question 30. I actually almost went up to her and said, I have to cancel the test. I got the same exact score.
This is something I want to say to the teenagers listening to this. This is not normal, and it's also not necessary.
Not at all.
I know this falls on deaf ears. I know what it's like to be a 16-year-old, 17-year-old. Where you end up going to college does not matter. It genuinely does not matter.
And also, I don't want to say grades don't matter, but if I learned anything in my life, it's that grades don't matter and you're only creating more anxiety and stress for yourself that is actually unneeded.
I want to say to you, as a 25-year-old who is happy with his life, I have not heard someone name what college they went to. I have not heard someone talk about what major they were. I certainly have not heard anyone talk about the SATs except for him. It is not important. It is not important. What's important genuinely is that you have a good time.
Yep.
Enjoy those years. Do whatever it is that makes you have fun, but it doesn't fucking matter. Why were the stage crew kids fucking like rabbits? In school, in the Cove.
Oh my god!
They had to lock the Cove. The Cove is above the auditorium. There was a bed. There was a bucket of condoms.
What?
Yeah.
I actually do remember that there was some crazy play parties.
Yeah, there. A cast party might as well be an orgy.
I can't. I actually cannot.
I will never forget. I remember. Oh, it's coming back to me in this moment. It was the cast party for Anything Goes. I'm pretty sure everyone just kissed each other.
The one day of the year that you would get the most attention, yearbook signing day. The yearbooks. So it's 8th grade. It's 8th grade. I'm about to go into high school. And obviously I'm everybody's signing my yearbook. I feel so popular. This is so great. I can't say her name, but she knows who she is. She wrote in my yearbook, I hope you turn out straight. To which then I crossed out straight and wrote happy. And I could tell her one thing. Her wish did not come true.
No.
But my wish did. That was sweet. That was sweet. Thank you so much.
It gets better.
Again, it gets better. It gets better. Love wins. But you're 13 years old and someone's going to say that to you. That's actually crazy.
Gut-wrenching.
Life ruining.
Yeah.
But
did she mean it I want you to be my boyfriend, or was she trying to be
No, she was trying to be bully.
Okay.
She was trying to be bully, and we were big bullies.
This is the difference between me and you. I didn't experience a lot of that because I wouldn't let that person sign my yearbook. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. You knew who you wanted to sign your yearbook, and
yes.
I, again...
And it was the girls and the gays.
Extend my net.
Yeah, you
always.
Just need everyone.
I'm everybody come in.
Yeah.
I want to make everybody feel good. And then there are some people...
You're so insistent on saying that that's about making everybody else feel good when it's about you being liked by everybody. The audacity.
I feel like this episode is just...
fucking audacity to say that everyone's going to feel good by signing your yearbook. Are you fucking kidding? I want to make everyone feel good. You get tested right now. I feel like for me, to piggyback off of your homophobia, the homophobia really only kicked in for me on the internet. And specifically when we were posting on YouTube together. Like when it was, because again, like to recap from last week, YouTube was not what it is now. Social media was not what it is now. Thank God. But it was rare for someone in your school to like make any sort of content. Like I think we were like one of probably like 6 kids in middle school that was making something and putting it on the internet. Word gets around fast when that happens. Like if one person finds it, it kind of seeps through the school. And me and Andrew were like just, again, faggy, chubby kids on the internet, like being exactly that. So when that word got around to the wrong people, like I would come home from school, like open up YouTube and have like Tom and Jeff are fags. And like that's where my bullying would come in.
Tom and Jeff kiss.
Yes, yeah.
They're dating.
Yeah, all of that.
Everything.
Right. My haven was home. My haven was the internet. And then when that internet would get cracked like that, life ruining. I will say the main bully is now in prison.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
So another lesson for you kids.
Don't bully.
Your bully is going to end up in prison.
Yep.
So don't worry about it.
Yep.
Truly don't worry about it. You're going to end up doing a podcast and they'll be in prison. And we honestly could just decide at some point which of those is worse.
Yep.
Me and Andrew had our big time solo debut in the 4th grade chorus concert when we sang Amazing Grace.
I'll never forget that moment of shared anxiety with you.
That was it for us. I could have died.
The look that we gave each other and like the...
The only thing I remember from that experience was a bunch of like boys in the front row. And being like, no. Because in chorus practice... with all the girls and gays, I didn't care.
But I mean, at the same exact time, we finished, and at least I was like, I crushed that solo.
I obviously had a different experience. I would say that the energy me and Andrew had at the Amazing Grace solo was definitely an opportunity to bully us.
Do you guys like popcorn reading?
I can't read out loud.
Do you think it's like trauma from your speech impediment?
Oh, I loved going to speech because speech is for the girls and the gays. If you're born with a lisp, immediately you are gay. You're going down that pipeline. Mm-hmm. It is like, they might as well just like slap a Born This Way shirt on you at birth. Speech was a queer, sober space.
You were like playing games.
I was playing games and I was like saying snake. No one ever understood me.
In my Albuquerque is so happy with all I do is coffee so
No,
and I think that
I
to this day
you.
it impacts how I speak because now I talk very intentionally.
Yeah.
And then I get comments saying, "Are you a British person pretending to be American?"
And
the answer is, I genuinely wish that was the case.
Yeah, no.
You know what the weirdest experience of my school years were?
What?
Fainting.
Joe, I'm so happy that you brought it up because I totally forgot to bring it up earlier. You were fainting. It was actually like the most tragic event happened in school. I was like, what happened to Joe?
Yeah.
Joe passed out.
I will never
on
forget. I did faint again in high school, but it's sixth grade. We're in science class. Here's the thing. Both times I fainted, we were learning about the reproductive system.
No!
I've never told anyone that. Because I was like, no, this is like something's wrong with me. And now I'm unpacking the trauma here on air. Both times we were learning about the male and female reproductive system. And both times I fainted. Once in 6th grade, once in 9th grade.
Joe,
yeah, like
what is that about?
I saw a diagram of a penis and I fainted. I hit the ground. The next thing I knew, there was a cold towel on me, and my teacher, who was probably 92 pounds, like, and 5 feet shorter than me, was like on top of me with a cold towel, freaking out. And I was getting wheeled out of the room.
Oh my gosh. It was that moment for you.
It was me seeing a penis.
And you were like...
Both times, though, in 9th grade, too, which is even crazier.
Like, that's what it is. I definitely loved going to the nurse's office. I was always finding a reason for a private bathroom.
Oh my god.
Yeah, because I could never... You wouldn't catch me dead in a public bathroom, especially in school, obviously. Yeah. But there was something reassuring about when you had a little strep throat, gargling some salt water. You know what I mean? Nothing brought you there than that salt water gargle.
How often did you have strep throat?
Oh, I would say every other week.
Sometimes you just need someone's mom to just be like, do you want some ginger ale?
You want an ice pack?
Yeah, like, I developed such close relationships with the nurses in all of my schools because I was like, you're my mom.
Yep.
Like, thanks for being here for me.
Because they also would lead with, you want me to call your parents?
And I'd say,
yeah. Can I lay here? Can I lay here till they come?
Me like every gym. Me when I had lunch and had no friends.
No. Yeah. You would go to the nurse's office for an ice pack and a salt gargle.
Yeah. I don't know what you've been talking a lot about this salt gargle.
Everybody knows about the salt gargle. You have a little tickle in your throat and they're going to say, let's put a little salt in the water and like throw it back.
I know about gargling salt water, but that was not happening to me like at the nurse a lot.
Oh, it was happening to me every time I'm at the nurse. I would actually just ask for a little hit. Take the edge off.
Whenever I called my mom, she would be there in 20 minutes.
My dad wouldn't answer. My dad would show up 3 hours late. School already ended. He's swinging by in the parking lot. I'm like, all right, my dad's here.
Did you ever have detention?
No, never in my life. Never in my life.
I had detention, but it was on purpose.
That's weird.
No, it wasn't. It was freshman year of high school.
And you wanted to be cool? You wanted to be bad?
Yes, I saw the dean of freshmen in front of me, and I saw all of the cool kids. I knew one of them. And I was like, the way to get in right now is to get a detention in front of them. So I unbuttoned my top button, because I was wearing a tie and my sweater vest, unbuttoned it as much as I possibly could, confidently walked past, and like, so the cool kids are here, the dean is here. Young man, detention. And I felt like the fucking shit. And did that help me socially? Absolutely not.
How could it?
Do you think that your life has been permanently altered because you didn't do musical theater in high school?
Yes.
Do you think that your life is better or worse that you didn't come out in high school?
Worse.
Yeah, I agree. Probably the only regret in my life is like, at the very least, not coming out to you.
Yeah. Same.
It's so crazy to me.
It is crazy that we never even said the words.
Yeah.
We never uttered the words. Meanwhile, we both knew. And we both knew every single day together.
And that is like, what a waste.
What a waste.
What a waste of like a decade.
We could have been the catalyst for each other.
I don't want to trigger you, but I think you should tell the story.
The closet story?
Yes.
It's first grade. I'm 6 years old. And I like to talk. Clearly, we're here.
Clearly.
I love to chat. And at the end of the day, I just wanted to know what was going on in other people's lives. I'm chatting. It's first grade. My teacher, she, to punish me, put me during snack time in the storage closet. There was one table, one chair, and a shitload of costumes around me. I don't know why she had that many costumes. I don't know what was going on in that closet, but I can tell you what was going on in that closet, and that was me eating my snack by myself with the door closed. I don't even think that there was a window. There might have been a window, but there was limited light. Let me say that.
So
Everybody else was having their social time at snack time. Everyone's laughing. Ha ha ha. Andrew's in the closet.
Why is it Matilda?
Andrew's in the closet. Andrew's in the closet. If Andrew wasn't in the closet, he was sitting outside of the classroom in that chair.
That's actually the first time on this podcast where we've talked about real trauma. Like, that's actually fucked up.
It was actually so messed up. And to this day, my parents don't believe me.
No one ever believed you.
No one ever believed me that I was put in that closet. And I was put in that closet for the entire year. Like, it happened probably 10 times I was put in that closet. And I was like, Mom, like, she's putting me in the closet. She's like, stop. She would never do that. She's a nice woman. And I was in the closet.
You finally found your way out of the closet, and now we're here.
And I swung that door open and I said, I've been here before and I'm not coming back.
Speaking of snack time.
Devil dogs. Devil dogs. Yes, Jill.
Yes, Jill.
Stunning queen.
Look at
Stunning queen.
this. So what is your relationship to a devil dog?
To a devil dog, I would say, like, this was definitely not a snack that we kept in the house, but it was definitely a treat.
It was a treat.
It was a treat. When you saw devil dogs in that cabinet, you knew.
Oh, take a whiff. You're gonna freak the fuck out.
Oh!
Oh my god, you took a bite. Okay.
Take a bite, take a bite.
I don't even like those. Maybe they've changed the formula, but I've never been like a Drake's girl.
I wouldn't run to the store for the Drakes. I wouldn't run to the store for the devil dogs. Honestly, I'm going to put the other one aside for later.
After we stop filming.
Uh-huh.
Well, that was darker than I expected us to go
I agree.
in this episode. But I'm glad that we went there. And I'm glad we took you along with us.
Yeah, it was definitely a lot of fun to unpack a lot of those memories here with you guys. We hope that you enjoyed. And if you felt like you resonated with any of it, it gets better.
It gets better. Don't forget to like, comment, share, tell your friends, rate 5 stars, do it all. We love doing this. We love you. We're having a great time. And I guess we'll see you soon.
We will see you soon. And if you're following us
At Good Children Pod on TikTok, at Be Quiet Joe on TikTok,
at Andrew_MUSKY on TikTok,
at JOEHEGYES Hedges on Instagram,
at Andrew MUSCARELLA on Instagram.
When we been there, 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun.
clap it up.